Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be recording the long-awaited 1.5-year post-op update. I honestly can't believe that it's already been a year and a half since I got my surgery. And I can't believe how much weight I've lost. I've lost over 130 pounds, which is wild to me. I honestly thought I'd probably lose like 100 pounds and that was it. But once I hit my 100-pound mark, baby, I kept losing weight and I was like, whoa. I ain't mad at it. So in this video, I'm going to be updating you guys on where I am in my journey now, things that I'm still dealing with, whether I work out or not, what I eat in a day, what I'm able to tolerate now versus when I first started, how much I'm able to eat, loose skin, which is like my biggest question, hair loss, everything. I'm gonna try to cover it all in this video. This is gonna be one of the last videos that I post regarding my weight loss surgery, just because I have posted other ones already and at this point it's starting to get a little bit repetitive. So I'm gonna try to lay it all out in this video as best as I can. So I went ahead and asked you guys on Instagram to let me know any questions you had regarding my surgery and what you wanted to know. So I wrote some of those down and I'll be answering them on this video today. And if you don't have me on Instagram, I will put my username down below so you guys can follow me if you want to keep track on my journey. I also do a lot of polls. I do a lot of like answering questions. I do giveaways and things like that. So go ahead and follow me. Before we get into the video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. With that being said, let's get into it. Question number 1. What are the do's and don'ts of meals after surgery? So this kind of changes from when you first get surgery to where I am now at a year and a half out. Because in the beginning, there were foods that I was not able to tolerate at all that I am perfectly fine with now in moderation. In the beginning, I absolutely could not eat anything that contained oil. So all the meals and stuff that I would make had very little to no oil in them. I used the air fryer a lot and yeah, like I just couldn't tolerate it. It made me really sick, as well as things that were high in sugar. I remember, I think it was like about a month out, I had a piece of chocolate and I literally thought I was gonna die in the middle of the mall. So I would say the first few months after surgery, really follow the diet that your doctor gives you because your body is so sensitive. Your new stomach just can't handle all these foods being thrown back at it. You really have to start incorporating foods again very slowly. So just stick to the diet, stay away from greasy foods, stay away from things that are high in sugar because they will cause something called dumping syndrome. And I know a lot of people who got the sleeve say they never experienced dumping syndrome, but it definitely is a thing. And dumping syndrome is when you have something that's too greasy or too sugary and it just, you literally feel like you're gonna die, literally. Like for me, for example, I get like cold sweats, my heart starts beating really fast, I start feeling I have to throw up or I have to use the bathroom at the same time. Like it's horrible. And oftentimes I have to just lay down and just close my eyes, put a fan on my face and kind of just breathe and wait for it to pass. It is not a fun feeling at all. So that especially kept me on track in the beginning because it would hit me hard if I fucked up. Now at a year and a half out, I can definitely tolerate more food. Of course, with the grease and the sugar, it will still make me feel like that sometimes if I have way too much, but I can definitely tolerate more of it than I could in the beginning. So now I could eat whatever I want. Just be wary still of what you're putting in your stomach because even at a year and a half out, this bitch is still sensitive. And a follow-up to that question from somebody else was, what do you eat during the day? What do your typical meals look like nowadays? I eat whatever I want. I'm really big on that on my page, and for those of you following my journey, you should know that I do not deprive myself. I have always been told and learned from my own personal experience that when you deprive yourself, that's when you fail. I do not deprive myself. If I want a cookie, I'm gonna have a cookie. If I want some chips, I'm gonna eat some chips. It's all about moderation. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. Within this past year and a half, my surgery has taught me what I can and cannot tolerate. My surgery has taught me how to eat healthier, how to make better choices. My surgery has taught me portioning. It's taught me that I can still enjoy the foods that I love, but I don't have to eat so much of it, you know? So yeah, my meals look pretty normal now. Obviously my portions are still really small, but I eat normal foods. If I want rice, beans, and chicken, I'll eat rice, beans, and chicken. Like, I can tolerate carbs really well, and I've been eating carbs since the very beginning. And for those who say carbs are bad for you, stay away from the carbs, blah, 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 blah. Listen, that ain't me. I have been eating carbs since the very beginning, and I have lost over 130 pounds. And I'm kind of still losing, because every now and then I'll drop a pound. Like, my weight fluctuates a lot between 127 and 122. The way that I do it though is, if I do eat the rice, beans, and chicken, I'll serve myself a little bit of rice and extra beans, extra chicken. So it's little things like that. Or if I eat pasta and the pasta like has meatballs or has chicken in it, a little bit of pasta, more meats, you know? Just you learn over time how to serve yourself and what to prioritize on your plate. But once again, if you want some fucking ice cream, eat the fucking ice cream. Just don't have too much of it. It's all about portion control. It's all about moderation. It's all about discipline and knowing how much you can tolerate. Question number 2. Are there any issues the surgery has caused you that you're going through now? There are a few things that I still deal with at a year and a half out that are kind of frustrating, but I have learned to kind of live with it. Number 1 would be gas. I still deal with gas pain. It's really annoying. I always have gas X on deck. And for the most part, a lot of people I know that have gotten weight loss surgery deal with that pretty much forever, or for a long time after surgery. Sometimes it's really frustrating because it gets like trapped in me and it's really painful. But for the most part, I've kind of learned how to deal with it. The gas X really helps a lot. Number 2 would be bowel movements. It's gotten easier over time. Now I pretty much go regularly, twice a day. But sometimes it's not as often. I do have a hard time going, and I'll go a day or two where I just don't go and I feel really bloated and just crappy. On days like that, I will pop a laxative, and that usually handles it. If not a laxative, coffee usually does the trick, but it has to be hot coffee, and it has to be like first thing in the morning before I put anything in my stomach, and within minutes it usually sends me straight to the bathroom. And then the third one would be menstrual cycle. My menstrual cycle is absolutely freaking horrible. Oh, I'm on it right now, and it's tolerable right now because I just took some Tylenol. But oh my god, the first few days on my period are absolutely horrible. I get hot flashes, my cramps are out of this world. I'm like out of commission once a month. It's really bad, and that's the one thing that is taking me a while to get used to. And I'm considering asking my doctor about birth control. The only thing stopping me is the side effects that I hear about birth control and weight gain. I don't think that I'd really gain weight just because of the surgery, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it either. I really don't want to go back to where I was. I've gone through so much to lose all this weight. I don't want to get it back. So I don't know, I'm scared. If you guys have any info on birth control after VSG, please feel free to let me know down in the comments, because I don't really know much about it. But if it's gonna help a lot with my periods and I'm not gonna like gain any weight back or get sick or anything, then I'm about it, because this shit is horrible. And even talking about it, I'm getting a hot flash. I'm gonna have to take a break. You see, this sucks. And I hear that it's super common. I actually asked on Instagram earlier today, if anybody has experienced horrible menstrual cycle pains after getting surgery, and I got so many messages from women agreeing. Question number 3. Did you work out a lot the first year of surgery, and do you work out now? No. Okay, let me stop. I was active, okay? I tried to be as active as possible, but I didn't work out. But I have an explanation. I have 2 explanations. The first one is, I was extremely sick the first 6-7 months after surgery because I was having gallbladder complications and all this bullshit. So I was really sick, and I was bedridden most of the time. So yeah, there wasn't no way that I was gonna work out. There was no way. It took a lot for me to just be able to stand for more than a few minutes. And the second explanation, you should not be working out too hard in the beginning of your surgery, especially the first 7-8 months, because that's when you're losing the most weight, and that's when you really can't eat as much. At a year and a half out, my portion sizes are a bit bigger now than they were in the beginning, but in the beginning, my portions were so small. I could barely eat anything. So if you work out, if you're going hard in the gym and doing weights and burning all these calories, and you can't make up for those calories, you're gonna stall and your weight loss is gonna slow down. And I see this happen so much. I'm in so many groups, you guys. I follow so many people that have gotten this surgery, and one of the number 1 questions that I see, aside from loose skin, which we're gonna address at the end, one of the biggest questions that I see is, I'm eating 800 calories a day and I'm working out and burning X amount of calories, thousands of calories and shit. Why am I not losing weight? Hello, honey, because you can't eat. You're not eating enough. If you're gonna be working out that hard, you need to be able to eat more, and we can't. Not in the beginning, we can't. So I wanted to reach maximum weight loss. So for me personally, I didn't work out. And it worked out for me because I reached maximum weight loss. One of my biggest questions that I get is, how did you lose so much weight? I'm struggling to lose weight. How did you lose so much weight? What are your workout routines? What do you eat? This and that. Baby, I don't work out. I don't at all. I am active. I walk and things like that. But when it comes to heavy workouts and, going hard at the gym, I didn't do that. And I really do believe that that is another reason that I lost as much weight as I did. And if y'all want to attack me about it, go ahead. Don't care. I'm keeping it real, always. Do I work out now? No. But I want to. I do want to. Now I have been more open to working out. I have been bringing it up a lot more. It's just getting myself up to go. I got so accustomed to not working out that now going to work out is I hate working out, y'all. I really freaking hate it. But now that I have reached my goal weight, or surpassed my goal weight, should I say, now I do want to start working out. I just gotta do it. It's hard. Question number 4. Please cover hair loss, and has it gotten any better for you now? So in the beginning, I want to say my hair loss started at around 3 months, and it got really bad at around 4 months. My hair was coming out in chunks. Just by going to put my hair in a ponytail, I would pull out chunks and chunks of hair. In the shower, oh my God, this shower, I lost so much hair. I got so depressed. I ended up having to just chop my hair off and dye it black, because when I got surgery I had blue hair. I was always into dyeing my hair funky colors and stuff. I always had fun with my hair. But when I started losing all my hair started to get very thin, very fragile, really dry. It was breaking. So I'm like, shit, I can't have fun with my hair anymore. So I just dyed it a solid color, chopped it off, and called it a day. And it was the most depressing thing ever. And I don't care what nobody says. I upped my protein. I took hair vitamins and stuff like that. It's inevitable. If your hair is gonna fall, it's gonna fall. Like, it is what it is. What I will say though, that now at a year and a half out, my hair definitely is going back to normal. It is still thin because of all the hair that fell out, but it has grown back a lot. It is looking so much healthier now. And yeah, it definitely does get better. So don't let the hair loss discourage you. It will be very upsetting when it does start to happen, but I promise you, it will get better. You just gotta get through those. But I think it started to get better at around like 8-9 months. So you got to get through like those 5 months that your hair is like shedding. But I do know some people, they didn't really experience too much hair loss. So I guess it really just depends on the person. But I know a majority of the people do. Just don't let that stop you. Don't let it stop you from getting the surgery. Remember why you're doing it. Your hair will come back. And if you go back to, I want to say it's the first VSG video I uploaded, not the first one, I don't know, I'll link it down below. I actually posted a little clip of all the hair I lost after a shower. It was so much. That day is when I shed tears, because it was so much hair. I really thought I was gonna be bald headed, but thank you God, it's getting better. Question number 5, pain level after surgery from 1 to 10. So the pain level after surgery from 1 to 10 was about, I ain't even gonna lie y'all, that shit was like an 8, 9. It was so painful, especially the first 3 days. After the first 3 days, it got a lot easier. The pain started to subside. By day like 5, I was out shopping and shit. But those first 3 days were excruciating. It felt like my stomach was being ripped apart every time I tried to stand up or sit down or just move, bend over. Like, it really felt like my stomach was being ripped apart. I needed help getting up from the bed. I needed help getting up from the couch. I needed help walking. And I know it sounds so dramatic, but the pain is different for everybody. I know a lot of people who barely had any pain at all and it was really smooth for them, and then I know others who were just like me. So it just really depends on the person. I was also recovering from a cold when I got my surgery, so I had like that cough you get after you have a cold. So coughing was also horrible. After surgery, I would cough and cry at the same time because it was so bad. I had to keep cough drops next to me at all times. And every time I'd feel a cough coming on, I'd like eat like 20 cough drops, and I'd like put something on my stomach to try to put pressure on my stomach so that it wouldn't hurt so bad. But that didn't do shit. I would be there like crying and shit. It was horrible. But like I said, by day 4, I started to feel a little bit better and I was able to be more mobile on my own. I really didn't need much help anymore. Day 5, I went out and I went to the store and I was chilling, you know. And by day 7, the following week, I was driving myself to the nail salon to get my nails done. So the first few days, yes, was really painful for me, but it didn't last long at all. And walking helps tremendously with pain and gas, but especially with pain. I walked the most when I was hurting the most. And they prescribed me oxycodone. I couldn't take them because they made me feel really nauseous, really sick. My body could not handle that. So I just survived off of Tylenol, which it helped a lot. But I'm telling you, walking, that was like the secret weapon. Just get up and walk. I would wake up at like 2-3 in the morning in excruciating pain, and I'd wake my girlfriend up and I'd be like, can you just walk with me? because I lived in an apartment building, and there was like a long hallway. So I would wake her up in the middle of the night and we would walk up and down the hallway, and that helped tremendously. So definitely walk a lot after your surgery. Question number 6, what vitamins do you take? So the vitamins that I take, I wish I had them with me. I actually have my little vitamin like organizer box thing, so I'll show you that. All right, so I have this vitamin organizer that I got from Amazon, and I have them separated for morning, afternoon, and night, because there are some vitamins that you can't take together because they kind of like counteract with each other. I'm missing a day because it's in my purse. I was carrying it around with me. But yeah, so I have it separated between morning, afternoon, and night. So in the morning, I take a Flintstone multivitamin and I take a B12. And all the vitamins I take are pills except for the Flintstone one. It's a chewable, and for my calcium one. In the afternoon, I take an iron that is mixed with vitamin C, and then I take folic acid. So I started taking iron and folic acid very frequently because I started noticing that I was getting like lightheaded and stuff when I stand up, and it does still happen, but not as bad now. And also because I am scheduled for a BBL next year, and for those of you that don't know, when you get a BBL, your iron and your hemo levels have to be at a certain amount or else they will cancel your surgery. So I started to make sure that I was on top of it starting now. At nighttime, I take my calcium. For calcium, I use Viactive, and they're like these milk chocolate chewables. They are so good. It's just like candy. So yeah, I take those before bed, and that's pretty much it. Those are the vitamins that I take. So Flintstone chewable, a B12 pill, an iron and vitamin C, folic acid, and a calcium chewable. One thing I do want to say about vitamins is make sure that you stay on top of it. I know a lot of people, including myself, I was guilty of it. They neglect their vitamins after a certain amount of time just because it's like you start to feel fine and you're like, or you just forget about it and stuff like that. You start to get back into old habits and you're gonna feel like shit. Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit. So stay on top of your vitamins. I had to stop taking my vitamins for a few months, and then I started feeling horrible. I was so low on energy. I was getting shakes. I felt terrible, and I kept wondering, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why do I keep feeling like this? Like, this surgery got me messed up. And I remember somebody had DM'd me on Instagram, and she was like, are you taking your B12? Are you taking your vitamins? And I'm like, damn, no, I'm not. So I'm like, shit, that probably is it. So right then and there, I got myself my little pill organizer. I went and stocked up on all the vitamins that I needed, and I have been on top of it every single day. I am taking my vitamins, and I have felt so much better since then. So definitely take your vitamins. I forgot to write it down, but now talking about vitamins, I also got a question regarding my teeth. If I've noticed a change in my teeth after surgery. And I have seen this in some of the groups, some people saying that their teeth like started to rot and stuff after surgery. And that is due to vitamin deficiency, especially calcium. You need to take calcium to keep your teeth and your bones and things strong. I personally have not noticed a change in my teeth. My teeth are not perfect, but I used to smoke cigarettes like a lot. So I know that did a number on my teeth and kind of fucked them up a little bit. But aside from that, I haven't noticed anything different with my teeth. And I did stop my vitamins for a few months, but I've been right back on it, and I've been on top of my calcium all the time. So yeah, I haven't really noticed anything different. So what I would recommend in terms of your teeth and things like that, just stay on top of your calcium and all your vitamins. Just stay on top of your vitamins and your protein. Question number 7, how long did you wait to have sex? I think I waited like a month. I don't know, honestly. It's been so long. I think it was like a month or maybe a few weeks. No, maybe a month. I don't know. I was starting to, I had gallbladder issues not too long after my surgery. So I remember like the second week after my surgery, I felt absolutely amazing. And then by like the third week, I started to feel really sick. And that's when my symptoms of my gallbladder were starting to take effect on me. So I wasn't really in the mood. I didn't really have a sex drive. So I waited a little bit longer until I had sex again. But yeah, I want to say like about a month or so. Yeah. Question number 8. Did you stall and how did you break them? Yes, I stalled. I stalled a lot. And that's another thing I want to remind you guys is stalls are normal. Stalls happen to everybody. Every single person is gonna stall. And every time somebody asks me what is like my number one tip for somebody who's about to get surgery or who just got surgery, it's don't compare your journey to anybody else's, because stalls happen. People see somebody losing weight faster than them and they're like, well, why haven't I lost weight in a few days, and things like that. Everybody's body is different. Like, stop comparing yourself to others. You're gonna stall. That it just is what it is. I would stall for like a couple weeks. I wouldn't lose any weight, and sometimes I would get discouraged because in the beginning especially, you get addicted to the scale. So I would get on the scale some 2-3 times a day, and I'd be weighing myself all the time. And I'm like, well, I lost 5 pounds last week and it's been 2 weeks and I haven't lost any weight. Like, what's going on? But I always reminded myself not to let it get to me too much, because prior to getting my surgery, I did do a lot of research and I went in already knowing that this was gonna happen. So I just trusted the process, and I would go a couple weeks without losing any weight, and then the following week I'd lose like 6 pounds. So just stay on track, keep up with your fluids, keep up with your proteins, just do what you're being told, do what you need to do, and trust the process. The weight is gonna continue to fall off. Like, please do not let stalls discourage you. It is normal. I didn't do anything special to break them. I just let my body do what it wanted to do. Like, I just kept doing what I needed to do and they would break by themselves. I feel like if you try too hard to break them, then you start to get more frustrated. Maybe it'll take longer and you're like, well, why I'm doing X, Y, and Z and it's not working. It's like, just relax, take a deep breath, let your body do its thing. Your weight loss is gonna start again. Question number 9, mental health. This one is, I don't know. I don't know how to really address this one. Not too long ago, somebody had messaged me on Instagram and they were curious to know whether my weight loss made me happier or if I still felt sad. And I didn't really know how to answer the question, because it's like it's a little bit of both. I am happier. Why wouldn't I be? I'm healthy. I'm alive. I've lost all this weight. I feel lighter. Of course I'm happy. I am happy. But but just because all my weight went away doesn't mean that my problems did. So there are some days where I feel absolutely amazing and like I can conquer the world. But then I have a lot of days where I still mentally feel like the old me, and I still feel upset or depressed or frustrated or overwhelmed and things like that. So yeah, the mental health part is still a struggle. And there are days where I look in the mirror and I'm like, I still look like shit. Like, my body still looks like shit. I still have cellulite. I still have loose skin. I still have whatever. Like, why did I even do this? I still look horrible. But then there are days where I look at myself and I'm like, you a bad bitch. So I don't know. It's just, It's all a mental game, and that's what I tell everybody. This whole journey is all in your head. It's all mental. The first week or so, yeah, it's physical because you're recovering from pain and whatever, and just your stomach's trying to adjust to new foods and things like that. But after that, it's all mental. So yeah, I feel like if anything, I feel like in the beginning, mentally, it was pretty rough. Just trying to adjust to all these changes that your body is going through, and your hormones are kind of all over the place. I used to bicker with my girlfriend all the time, even when she literally didn't do anything. I was just fucking mad. Like, and your psychiatrist will warn you about that. At least they warned me about that. I had my psychiatrist before my surgery, and she sat down with me and my girlfriend, and she let us both know that a lot of relationships don't last after surgery because of hormonal issues. Like, we get bitchy, like we're going through a lot. So yeah, I want to say maybe like the first year, my mental health, it was pretty rough. But now at a year and a half, it's definitely gotten better. My mind is definitely a lot clearer. Some days are still better than others, but it's definitely gotten better. Overall, I'm happy. And that's something that I couldn't say before. So I'm happy. Regardless of whatever life throws at me, at the end of the day, I have reached a point in my life where I'm happy. So that's all that matters. The last and final question is, what do you say to people who tell you that you took the easy way out? The answer to that is so simple. I tell them to go fuck themselves, because they don't know what I'm going through. They don't know what we are going through. They're speaking on something that they don't understand. This year and a half, I have gone through so much bullshit, both mentally and physically. I have been so sick. I have been so depressed. I have gone through so much within just this year and a half of getting surgery that I really feel like it would have been easier if I did it by myself. This shit is not easy. I don't care what anybody tells me. And that's why I'm so open with my journey. I know a lot of people like to keep their journey on the down low, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I had a problem. I was overweight, and I made the executive decision to change that. And the best solution for myself, between me and my doctor, was for me to get weight loss surgery. So what did I do? I walked up into that fucking hospital. I laid down on that fucking bed, and I got this fucking weight loss surgery. And it's the best decision that I could have ever made for myself. Has it been easy? Not at all. Has it been worth it? 100%. The only thing I regret about this surgery is getting to the point where I needed to have the surgery. Aside from that, I don't regret shit. This surgery saved my life. So if you think that I took the easy way out, baby, that's on you. Fuck you. To me, it just sounds like you mad, because you still struggling and I look good. But nah, it's not easy. Let me stop joking. It's not easy at all, but nothing worth having comes easy. And I'm so happy I did it. And to anybody that got something negative to say, I'm flourishing. I am flourishing. Now, with that being said, here is the part that I know everybody has been waiting for, and the part that be making me the most vulnerable, but we all about self-love nowadays and shit. Loose skin. Y'all swear. Y'all freaking swear I don't have any loose skin. I have loose skin. And I'm gonna show y'all. My loose skin is in my arms, my stomach, and my thighs. If you look at my last try on haul, you will see how jiggly and whatever my thighs are. Like, my thighs are loose. They're like jello. But they don't really bother me that much. What bothers me the most is my arms. Ugh, I hate my arms, but I can't get that arm lift. I can't do it. I'm scared. That scar is crazy. And I have like tattoos like right here. So the arm lift scar will interfere with those tattoos, and I love my tats, so I'm gonna just have to deal with these arms. But I'm gonna show y'all so y'all can stop thinking that I don't have any, because I do. And for the people that think that I got plastic surgery, I have not at all. I am though. This ass is gonna get done. But aside from that, I have not gotten any plastic surgery. Like, I'm gonna show y'all. It's all about knowing how to dress for your body and angles. I will say though, I am extremely blessed because my loose skin is not as bad as a lot of people. And I wish I could give you guys some tips and tricks on how to avoid your loose skin getting too extreme, but I don't know, genetic. I don't know. I just got lucky, honestly. But yeah, it's definitely there. So stop thinking that I don't have it. I'm about to show y'all right now. All right, so I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, so you're probably not gonna see it really on my arms. But yeah, my sleeves are like kind of sucking it in a little. But all this down here, that is all loose skin. Like, yeah, that's all loose skin. If I was wearing a tank top, you would really be able to see it, but we're not wearing that today. And then my stomach, let me get naked for y'all. Just kidding. I'm a little bloated. It's that time of the month, so don't judge me. All right, so this is my stomach, right? This down here, that is loose skin. Y'all see that? See this? That is loose skin. All the pictures that I post and stuff, it's covering this part here. So you guys only see this, which, yeah, it looks like a cute little belly. But nah, we got the bottom, what is it, like the fupa or whatever? There's definitely loose skin there. Listen, I have lost over 130 pounds. Loose skin is inevitable. You're gonna get it. There's no way around it. And if you don't get any loose skin, you really blessed. But yeah, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. And in the beginning, I was like super worried about it. And there are some days where I'm like, I put on a tank top and then I change not too long after because I'm so subconscious about my arms. But then I gotta remind myself, like, you that bitch. You lost over 130 pounds and you worried about a little bit of loose skin? I'll take loose skin over being almost 300 pounds any fucking day. So yeah, this pretty much wraps up today's video. This is my 1.5 year VSG post-op update. I hope that I covered everything in this video. If not, I have a couple other videos uploaded on my channel that also have some information on my surgery. So you guys can go watch those along with my try-on haul so you guys can see what the body's looking like now and stuff like that. And if for some reason there is something that I did not address, just go ahead and leave a comment down below and I will respond to that comment and address that right away for you. Or if you want to DM me on Instagram, I'll leave my Instagram down below as well. I love when you guys write me and ask me questions. I love giving you guys information because I know when I was starting this journey, I had nothing but questions. So if I could help one of y'all, it'll make me feel amazing. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you guys so much for following my journey with me. I love each and every single one of y'all, even the ones that got shit to talk. I love y'all too. This wraps up today's video and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.